Hello guys, and welcome to episode 27 of Minecraft Cities and Castles. Today we're taking a look at Wayfarer's Rest. This is a pretty old castle. It's one that I built back around 2018, maybe early 2019. But it's from around that time. It is the only castle I've made that uses armor stands, and it is the only one I will make that uses armor stands because it didn't really work out in certain ways, and I feel like it has kind of dated the build, but we will get more into that as we explore the interior of the castle. I'm going to talk. Oh, there's a polar bear. I'm going to talk briefly about the layout and the kind of style of the castle. So, this is made entirely out of like stone and stone bricks. You can see that it's centered around a central courtyard with some nicely silhouetted towers, especially with this archway here. There's a bit of an outside practicing area here, like for archery. A castle courtyard central area, a bit hard to describe. Some docks, and then that over there is a prison. I'm gonna come in here to the docks. This was in my era of trying to build all my ships entirely by hand without references or tutorials or anything, so they're a bit wonky in some ways, but I think they hold up. You can see we have a nice little captain guy here. You can come inside, and there is a little area. And we're gonna have to fly a little bit to get to the docks. Walking through some people, we can come up into this kind of forward dock area. This is a little storage area, kind of a gatehouse. It's mostly just to keep people from wandering in. And then we have a small marketplace. This guy is selling apples. This one seems to be selling little herbs and saplings. And over here we have a stables with a donkey, a horse, and an armored horse. There's also a little bit of a moat here, as you can see, a dry moat. We come up the stairs, we can go over the drawbridge and into the castle. There are a couple of murder holes above us currently, and we can say hi to the guards. So this is the entrance room. The big thing about armor stands is that back in the day you could make kind of display entities using armor stands. So a lot of the things here don't look quite like they did. For various reasons, and some of them may look a little bit iffy. But we can take a right turn here. This is a chapel with a little confessional. You can see that there are some people attending a sermon in here. And then if we come into the back, we can get into the throne room. Over here we have a big triple throne. I was big into my Game of Thrones era, so you can see that there are like house banners and everyone has a house name and whatever, but it's not quite something that I do as much anymore. But this is actually a Robb Stark player head. For anyone who has read the books, you know that Robb has that black iron crown, which you can see up there. The Lord sleeps in this area. So this is the Lord's Tower. He has kind of a basic floor area here. I used to do those sofas, which I don't really do anymore in most buildings because they feel a bit out of place. A big bed with the covers all over the floor. And if we come up here, we can get to the bathroom. There's no like actual toilet, but this is a couple of baths that I'm surprised they don't drip water down. I'm not sure how. Oh, there they do. Yeah, they do. Exactly. There are a couple of towels and storage things. A little heater there to heat the water. Then we can come out here to this lovely balcony. You can see that there's a village in the distance. I'm going to take a little hop down. I know it's a bit dangerous. We kind of landed in the water. So this is the Lord's prison. Whoops. This is a prison for people who deserve like nice treatment. So we come inside, there is a little guardsman in here. And then up here we have a noble prisoner. This is Jaime Lannister, so you can see he has the Lannister red and gold and the blonde hair. But this is basically just a nice little prison, and the contrast is that there's a really crummy prison underneath the castle itself that I'm going to show off when we get into it. If we skim along the water, though, imagining we're taking a boat, we can get to this little postern gate. So coming up here under the walls, we can wind up in the courtyard. You can hear that nice running water. There's a couple of chickens out here, but it's mostly just a green space to hang out, as long as you don't come by when somebody's practicing their archery. There's a little bit of firewood storage, and we can come up here. This staircase doesn't lead anywhere major. It's just to go up to the guardhouse, basically. So this is just a little walkway, and then this gets us into above the entrance chamber that we came in, and you can actually see directly into the port from here. If we come up just a little bit, there is a sword here, and up here is where the guards hang out. And this one has this one's taking a bit of a seat with a bow next to him. If we come back down, I guess we can't hop over that. I thought we could. We can continue on this side, coming down, 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 all the way until we get back to the main floor. So this was the chapel. This here in the middle is the garden. So there is a woman who is gathering well water from this little well. And if we pop back in, this is the feasting hall. I'm not sure why the lighting is green here. I think it might be the sea pickles. It is. Okay. That's a weird quirk of the shaders, I guess. But anyway, this leads us back into the throne room, and then we can go into this tower. This goes to the courtyard, by the way. But I'm going to take us down before we go up so that we can see the basement and that little prison cell I was talking about earlier. So at this level, we have the kitchens, some more sea pickles. There we go. And this is a little bit dark, so I'm going to get a torch. There we go. And then this basically is the lower tier for the well. So that well comes down, and then you can also access it from... Oh, that's cool. Okay, I guess I have a mod that makes it sound like your torch goes out when you go in water. Interesting. Oh, and there's a recipe book. So this is a mushroom stew recipe. Whoops. There we go. So over here we have the kind of granary area. So we're storing some ale, wine, water, and grain, of course. Some servants' quarters for the people who work in the castle. There are 6 beds. No, 12. My quick math isn't on point right now. A little bit of storage, and then we get to the library, which is a bit dim, but we do have some natural light coming in. Down here, though, way at the bottom, is where we get to the commoner's prison. So the idea with this place is that it used to be a prior habitation. Basically, different people used to live down here, and it kind of just got turned into this. But that's why it's really ruined and blocked up. You can see that there are some cells. That's an oubliette, so there is someone down there. Hello. You don't want to be down there. There are a couple of blocked off ones, and in here, there's a guy who's stretched out on the rack. Coming back down, though, you can see that there is a bit of a mine collapse. So if I get the torch out again, because it's a bit dark, you can see that it's starting to cave in and kind of flood a little bit. And there's some pretty nasty looking prisoners, so I don't know. Maybe they deserved it, or maybe we're just being too judgmental. Who's to say? I'm going to clip this little bit, though, and we're going to head back up to the main level. Alright, so we're back at the main level, and we can go up the staircase this time into this little tower. There isn't too much up here, it's mostly just a staircase. But again, you can go out onto the parapets for defensive reasons. And into the guest tower. So this is the guest tower. Again, nice big old bed. This one has a balcony. Pretty nice one. You can see the glaciers and the village in the distance. And if we head down, we can see that there are some more sea pickles. But here we are. There are some couches and stuff for hanging out and a little desk to work. So you can imagine that somebody would come, like stay the night maybe with their family, like a neighboring lord or something along those lines, maybe an important merchant, an ambassador. And you can kind of just chill in this like salon area. There's a little furnace to keep you warm, and you have a little desk to study if you need. That is gonna do it for this castle though. Let me see if I can't get out of here. That's about everything she has to show. You can see that my style is definitely different than it was. These are some very flat, plain walls, very boxy. I wouldn't necessarily go for this palette today. I'd try to go for something a bit more colorful, like you can see with my more recent builds, like Regensburg and Brewerstown. And yeah, I think it holds up. I don't think it's necessarily a bad castle, but there are a lot of little things about it that can use some updating. And maybe, you know, in a different universe, I would come back in and update them and redo it. But I think that we can learn a lot from having these past builds still around and having them be visible examples of the way that we have grown as artists and stuff. So that is going to do it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you guys next time.